Action. Hello everybody, welcome to Chef Grey Cat's Kitchen. I'm back. Hopefully I've got all of my technical issues with the cameras worked out so that we have sound. I've been having a heck of a time. I've made 3 or 4 videos and the sound would not work. So I found out, or at least tried a different thing, and that is not leaving the charger attached to the microphone, and hopefully that was the problem. I did a couple of test shoots yesterday and it seemed to work, but today we're going to be making smoked baby back ribs. I've got my grandsons here and they are going to be helping me in this beautiful endeavor. They've each got a rack of ribs that they're going to have to trim, and I'm going to make them do some hard work here too. So the first thing you have to do is you flip your ribs over after patting them dry. Don't rinse them in the sink, just pat them down with a paper towel. And then there's a membrane on the back here. We need to remove that because no smoke flavor will get in to those ribs if that's still attached. Now this can be an absolute nightmare to do sometimes, as I'm always finding out. And okay, hopefully I can get it started from this end. And just pull. Now what you want to do is have paper towels, because you can't hold on to this stuff, it's too slippery. So you grab it with your paper towels and you pull it back. Yeah, you can hold that, Braden.
Gotcha.
Okay. And I'll start wrestling this darn membrane. Okay, now if you get lucky, just like that,
It'll come off in one fell swoop.
it'll come off just like peeling tape. Alright. Now that's a beautiful thing. Okay.
Always nice when it goes according to plan.
Yeah, especially when it comes off that easy. Just
Now
gonna
watch
trim
some
up
of my
here.
racks don't work so well.
Yeah, so there you go. Okay, so again with the paper towel, because you can't hold the damn fat. There we go, got the last of it. Alright, now I'm going to let my grandsons do each of their own, and I will be back to show you how we season it. So let me hit stop and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hello everybody, I am back. Okay, we've removed that thin membrane on 3 racks of ribs, and my assistant to my left, that's you, is going to bring the other 2 over here.
Gotcha.
And for my rub, basically, I'll get out of the way, and basically I cheat for my rub when I'm doing ribs. I use Weber honey garlic, and then I also use the Weber dry rub KC barbecue. I mix them 50-50 in a bowl, and with 3 people in the kitchen, we're a little awkward here today because that's a lot of people in the kitchen. Alright, so here I've got about a half cup, and I got about a half cup of this. Oh, the heck with it, just dump the whole thing in there. And here's some gloves, Braden. You're going to want to use them, and I'll take 2.
Here.
And what we're going to do next is we're going to use mustard. You can also use olive oil if you want. Both are great. Today I'm using the mustard, and we'll do it a traditional type of way they do the rub, basically. Come on, mustard. There we go. I won't make the grandkids do this because it is kind of a mess. But what you want to do,
Expected.
you want to rub it everywhere. And we'll flip these over in a minute.
And get the other sides.
Get the other side. And this gives us a foundation plus a little bit of flavor for our rub to stick to. Now, the reason I told you to put the glasses on, because you're going to mix that by hand. Or the gloves on. Geez, we have been in COVID too long. mask. But anyway, Braden's doing the mixing of the rub. And again, I use the Weber, 2 different Weber rubs for this one.
There we go.
There are a lot of good rubs out there. You just have to find one that you really like. And I've found that combining these 2 really works well. So, flip these over.
Minimum, but
Yeah, it is what it is.
that's the big thing about mixing spices.
And we'll just do a little bit of, since we, darn, getting a little light in mustard there. Okay, put this away. All right, that black tray, Quinn, at the end of the counter over there, we're going to bring that over. We're going to use a tray with a lip on it today because once we start spreading this rub around, I hate having to clean the whole kitchen again because I've got dry rub, sprinkles everywhere. So, all right, I'm going to put a rack on the tray. You're going to lift the tray, Quinn. I'm going to move this out of the way. And that goes exactly there. You're doing great, guys. Perfect. Pass me that knife that's on the right-hand side. Yeah. And we will cut away from ourselves. And that goes in the garbage. Okay, basically for the rub, just go crazy with it. You want to coat everything. And coat the sides, and by using the tray with a lip, you also
Worry less about a mess.
yeah, and you save it because you can pack it in. So for all of you out there, this is definitely not rocket science. It's just the fact that you need to make sure you get the rub everywhere. Well, can't have any naked spots. We don't like a naked lamb or naked pork. Okay, and we'll flip it over and do the same thing for the back side. I'm real generous here. And this is why they call it a rub. Because you rub it in, you blotch it in, you do whatever you have to get everything covered and seasoned.
The good part about a lip tray is you can also just tilt it, get all the spices on one end,
Exactly.
and reuse it.
Exactly. 3 cheers. Okay. Okay, so this is now pretty well coated, and we're going to go to a break, and I'll let the grandsons do the other 2. That's why I've got plenty of the food grade gloves on, and we'll come back and get the smoker going and do a quick review of that Laredo 1000 by Pit Boss. Alright everybody, thank you, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Alright, we've moved the camera outside, and this is the Laredo 1000, sold exclusively through Walmart. Get them while you can, because overall quality I'd say is 98%. I had no bitches. It's heavy duty steel. It's a heavy unit. It is made very well. A few things I don't like. This handle gets very hot. Make sure you have barbecue gloves whenever you're dealing with it. In the sun you cannot see the controls unless you make sure they're shaded. And the app, if you're standing next to it, basically with your phone, the app works okay. But get more than 30 feet away and the app just keeps making you sign in and out. Now, the one thing that I really like is it's got plenty of square inches to work with. This is from the rotisserie edition that I put on it, and I'm going to make a video about that on another day and show you how to modify your Pit Boss to make it have a rotisserie feature. So we're going to spray the grates with a little cooking oil here. Okay, we're going to let it heat up just a little bit more. And when it gets to about 200 degrees, we'll throw on these ribs. Another feature I like is this little drop-down table, or shelf, as you would call it. This way you can put your utensils, or if you have a small tray of meat, you can put it there. It does have the slide lever for flame broiling, but if you're going to use it, you got to make sure that you lift one of the grates and pry in between the plates that regulate the flame, and make sure that it's free, because they tend to stick. There we go. Now it's open. Okay, as you can see, I don't have my grill exactly leveled because I can rock it. So I'm going to have to do that in the next coming days. For now, that's about it. It's got a nice big hopper. It comes with 2 temperature probes that plug in up here and go through a side port for long cooks. Like if you want to, you could even do it with the ribs. You know, check internal temperature if you want to cook it that way. I made a magnetic waterproof box to plug in both the rotisserie and the unit, and not being tripped over wires, so I snake that around. Other than that, I really like the fact that it's real heavy duty, but make sure you get a cover for it, because Montana, boy, the sun here gets so darn hot, and it will bleach anything. It bleached my old Classic, and now it'll start to bleach this one if I don't keep it covered. So I make sure I cover it when it's not in use, once it's cooled down. Alright, that's it for now. We're going to throw the ribs on, and we'll get back to you in about half an hour or so, show you how they're progressing after the first 30 minutes. Okay everybody, it's been about half an hour. Just took the kids back to their house because you know, they're young and restless, and sitting around for 4.5 hours, they didn't feel like doing that. So I told them they'd come get them when they're done. This is what they look like right now. Hope you can see them. I'll zoom in if I can. And let's take a look. Look at that. Aren't they pretty? Anyway, gonna close the lid. Don't want to lose all the temp. And we'll come back out in another half an hour and give them a spritz of apple juice. That's what I just did. Basically every half an hour for the first 2 hours I give them a spritz of apple juice. And I'll see you when about 2:30 comes around. And we'll take them off then, and we're going to wrap them then. So for now I'm just going to let them slow smoke. Probably in an hour we'll take another look at them, and we'll see what's going on. Alright, be back in an hour. Okay everybody, I'm back. It's been a couple of hours or so. Wind has picked up here, and so everything's blowing around today. And it's probably been about 2 hours and 15-20 minutes. I let it go a little bit longer because of the wind. It tends to cool down the smoker. But I've been maintaining about 227, 28 degrees. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put them in this beautiful rib basket here. Oh, they are so juicy. Come on. Alright. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? I hope you can see that. Oh, let me just pick the camera up and point downward on it. If I can get the gloves off because of the fat. They don't want to come off. Come on. Okay. Got the darn gloves off. Okay, so in this foil tray, I'm going to re-spritz them with plenty of apple juice, and I'll give them a light coating of my barbecue sauce, And then what we will do is cover it, bring it back out, and put it back on the flame. And again, we'll cook it for another hour or so with a foil tent, and let the juices just kind of even make it more tender. Okay, be back in a bit. Bye-bye. Okay, we're back. It's been an hour since I put them in the foil tray. And we're gonna remove the foil now. Put a block of wood on it because it will float away. Oh, look at those. Aren't they pretty? Alright, now they're gonna go back on the grill, and I'll coat them with barbecue before I do, and put each one back on at 325 degrees to give them a nice caramelized finish. Oh, look at that barbecue sauce. That is just too good. Okay, I'll show them to you when I got them all on the smoker. Alright, be back in a few minutes. Okay, I've basted these ribs with plenty of homemade barbecue sauce, and we're going to shut the lid and let them cook at about 325 for 30 minutes at max, and darn, they're looking good. Okay, I'll check them in 15 minutes just to make sure we're not going to create any problems here, since this is my first big rib cook on this new Laredo from Pit Boss. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, these beautiful ribs are done. They are not burnt, it's just a reflection of the light. They are deeply caramelized. You can see the bones, and as drawn back, the one in the middle actually was so tender it split in two, and I couldn't help but eat that darn rib right then and there. But they're finished. I'm gonna serve them up to the grandkids when they get here. Hopefully it's real soon, but if not, we'll put them in a foil tray again and just keep them covered, and they can either enjoy them when they get here, or take them home and do whatever they want. But that's our cooking lesson for today. I do want to say I really do like this Laredo 1000. It's, for the money, it is absolutely the best. I mean, where else for 500 bucks can you get 1,006 square inches of cooking area? Also, it's got a 26-pound hopper for the pellets, so I didn't have to keep running back and putting pellets in it. It does have a auger system clean out, and it also has a tray clean out right here, so you can clean out the cook pot for the pellets with just a simple slide of a drawer. And again, yeah, it's getting windy again, so I'm going to be closing that up, turning the grill totally down, and then well, basically feasting. I love you all. I'll talk to you soon, and I hope the information I provided was helpful to you. Anyway, we'll talk about the rotisserie attachment that I made, and we'll do a chicken in an upcoming video. I hope that this video works. I've had a lot of technical issues with sound, and like I said, I've made 4 or 5 videos in the last few weeks, and they have just not turned out. So, hoping all is good. Love you all. Take care of yourselves, and you have a great weekend and rest of your week. Bye-bye. Okay, final thoughts about this cook after we've just done 3 racks of ribs, and they turned out beautifully. And I'll show you my rack. The kids have got theirs in the foil tray, and they've taken them, so I'm out of luck that way. Anyway, it's got a built-in auger system that's removable, which I really like. Also, with the hopper, if we go to the back, there's a plate that you basically open, and you can drain the wood pellets to change for different flavors. Now today for our cook we used basically an apple and hickory blend that I just mixed the hickory with the apple, and you can see it's nice because there you go. You don't have to open the lid. You just look. You can see how many pellets you got. You know you're in good shape. Again, the one problem I do have is with this plate system here. It tends to stick if you don't free it up after it's cooled down. And you need to do it kind of when it's almost cooled down. Make sure you can slide it back and forth, or else the fats and everything else that get below will make it stick and it becomes impossible to move. So before you cook, you make sure that your flame broil system is going to work for you, because the last thing you want to do is make a steak and not be able to flame broil it. I do love the fact that it's got 3 racks, and you've got basically your lower rack, which I just cooked on. I haven't cleaned it yet. I will take it up to temp and then scrape it off. And then you've got a medium and upper rack, and the medium rack is perfect for doing steak, and I'll show you that in another video. I like the fact that the Laredo 1000 comes with that pop-up shelf, and you can fold it down if it's not in use. The cover is great. That's the one thing you definitely have to buy, and have your cover and put it back on after each cook, unless you want the sun to bleach, at least if you're in Montana, to bleach everything that you own. And again, I made a plug setup with the waterproof, dual outlet, all ground fault protected. And here's the motor for my rotisserie, which I'll explain in another video. It's got a great chimney. Okay, you want to keep it at least a foot away from your house, so that air can circulate and you don't have any problems of burning your house down, because that sucks. And other than that, here's the control panel. One thing I didn't like about this, and nothing to do with the control panel itself, but it comes with a sticky plastic film. And if you can see in this video, I'm hoping you can, but you can't get all the adhesive off. The adhesive is gone, but it leaves a film that I have tried dish soap or other things, and I'm going to contact Pit Boss about it, because I am a little OCD and I want to have a perfectly clean and clear designated area for my controls. I want to be able to see them clean and clear. And so that's basically about it. I'm gonna do one last quick clip, and that would be to show you my rack of ribs that I got to keep, and the smoke ring and everything else. I'll talk to you in just a minute. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, so I'm back in the kitchen now. This is the final part of this video. Just wanted to show you beautiful crust, beautiful bake, nicely caramelized. I've got about a, oh heck, let's see if we can focus that close. No, doesn't seem to be. But anyway, I've got about 1/4 of an inch nice smoke ring around all my ribs. The bones have come through, and this was so tender, when I picked it up, it fell into 2 pieces. And I ate the center bone and made sure, nothing goes to waste, especially with ribs. So, love you all. Talk to you soon. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye-bye.